Hear the clock?
I do hear the clock.
It's not as loud.
Hi.
It has found a new home, which I actually just posted a short about that little wall area, like hanging the clock and everything.
Well, I will go check it out as soon as our show is done. Hi, Marcy. Hi, Sheila.
Hey, Denise.
Hi, Denise.
Sheila. Marcy. Denise. Hello, hello. How has everyone's weekend been?
Mine's been pretty good.
I'm considering it's still the weekend because I had today off.
Yes.
So.
Yes. We did some Father's Day stuff, but for some reason on Saturday, I was looking up the new Indiana Jones, the Temple of Doom, the new Indiana Jones movie.
Uh-huh.
And whatever I saw on the screen, I'm assuming it must have been for some sort of pre-order, but I thought that meant that the movie was out already. So I had the high disappointment. It doesn't come out in like 2 weeks. I had the high disappointment of figuring this out and finding out that I wasn't going to go see Indiana Jones today. And I was sad.
Yeah, I thought it premiered already. Maybe.
Well, I don't know. Hey, Susan! Hello, love. And Kathy's here. Hey, Kathy. Hi. Well, I want to watch that movie, and I thought today would have been perfect.
It would have been a good day for a movie. Yeah.
So,
I'm
excited about it. I mean,
it's Harrison Ford.
I'm pretty excited about it.
Worth being excited about.
Yeah. And I mean, there's a new Wes Anderson movie. And I always watch those, but usually what I do is I'll just buy it and watch it at home. It's the Indiana Jones movie that I'm like, I really want to go to the movie theaters and watch this.
Yeah. Well, the last Indiana Jones that everybody hated, but I still enjoyed. I saw in a big theater on vacation. Mm-hmm. So it was like not IMAX, but just one of those huge screens. Yeah. They like you lay back and watch. Like it was fun. So maybe that's why I enjoyed it. Maybe they just needed to watch it in a bigger venue. But I want to see that. There was something else. Oh, speaking of Wes Anderson, have you seen everybody doing their life as a Wes Anderson movie?
No.
It's a real.
Is this thing on TikTok or is this a thing on?
It's on Instagram Reels and on TikTok.
Okay.
So they're like making their life as like a Wes Anderson, and it's fun.
Yeah.
What, Denise? We watched. So my favorite growing up was, for the longest time, we only had 2 out of the 3. We had Temple of Doom and we had The Last Crusade. We didn't have
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
I don't know why, but for some reason, we just did not have that one. We had all the other 2 on VHS. And I think we watched them both. Like when I was younger, I liked Temple of Doom better. Mm-hmm. But then as I got older, I liked Last Crusade better. Mm-hmm. But it's just fun.
Yeah.
What are you drinking this evening?
I'm drinking an herbal tea. It is Country Peach Passion. Celestial seasonings, and it is very tasty. It basically just makes it yummy peach water.
I do love peach tea. I should do it. I used to make up a bunch and make it iced tea and keep it in the fridge for summertime.
This would be
an alternative for soda, etc. Things I shouldn't be drinking. Do that again. I'm having a cocktail. So I had a friend over for tea, and so I used some of my leftover tea, added some gin and lemon juice. And some bubbles. But the tea, I have to tell you about the tea.
Okay.
It's called Below Deck. So This brand is carried in the little shop that I sell things in downtown here.
Mm-hmm.
So Skirted Soldier, the lady who owns it is a female veteran.
Oh.
And I have never had one of her teas that is not absolutely delicious.
Wow.
And if it has caffeine, she says it contains ammo.
That's cute.
This one is called Below Deck. It's an almond biscotti black tea.
Ooh.
Yeah. Delicious. Almond black tea, coconut shreds, and cinnamon granules.
That sounds like that would be an amazing ice cream flavor. Almond biscotti black tea ice cream. Could you imagine?
Yeah. So you can buy them online, skirtedsoldier.com.
Okay.
It's made in PA, so delightful. Kool-Aid, man. I loved Kool-Aid growing up.
I didn't grow up on Kool-Aid. I grew up with High C. It came in a large version of a can where it looked like a can of veggies.
Plastic tub.
No, it looked like a big can.
Oh, okay.
And then my mom would punch little triangle holes in either side and pour us the High C out of it.
We had Kool-Aid, and Mountain Berry Punch was our favorite. Of course, they don't make it anymore. Black Cherry was second, and then my next favorite tied is Grape and Orange. There's so much sugar in Kool-Aid, man. Hey, Kathy.
Hey, Kathy. We got both Kathys today.
Well, let us begin.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
You're first.
Ooh.
These are so pretty.
Aren't they? And it seems like so obvious, but I never thought of using my tiered tray just for flowers.
Like a floral cake.
Like a floral cake. Exactly. I mean, I've seen so many pictures with using in the tiered trays to display all your littles and make the most awesome vignettes and things. But I never really thought of making it a floral centerpiece. And it's awesome. So now I'm going to do this sometime.
Do it.
Yes.
Do it.
Yes.
I really like the one sitting up on the hat box too.
Mm-hmm.
A little extra height. Yes, black cherries. Black cherry is the best.
Yum.
They also made great popsicles.
That's a good ice cream flavor too, black cherry.
Oh, at the Father's Day dinner we went to, homemade ice cream was at the end, right? Uh-huh. And I got a cherry chocolate truffle.
Oh, wow.
I'm making myself hungry again. So I have a media must this evening, and it's this gentleman, Dandy Wellington. He is, I don't know how to describe him. He's like a man of many facets, a Renaissance gentleman. A Harlem Renaissance gentleman.
Okay.
But he's a musician, so he plays jazz music. Dandy Wellington and his band is the name. So if you want to like support him on Spotify and listen, if you like jazz, like I'm not a huge jazz fan, but like I can put on his playlist and just like it's happy music. But he dresses in, awesome period inspired clothing. And he was one of the ones who started the whole vintage style, not vintage values movement. And
vintage? Wait. What does that mean? Vintage style, not vintage values.
Meaning like you can appreciate the clothing and the things from an era, but that doesn't mean you approve of what happened in that era.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like values, like thrifting, like buying things thrifting. I was confused.
No. I'm sure he's absolutely fine with thrifting.
Got it.
And so speaking of fantastic shoes, he worked with American Duchess to make shoes.
Oh, those are great.
Those are lovely.
I love these.
he designed some women's shoes too. So these are the men ones, but there are some
Oh.
fantastic ladies shoes as well.
Oh.
So and here's his website, just dandywellington.com, and his Instagram is just dandywellington. So if
Okay.
you want to hear some snippets of his music and stuff, I mean, I wish I could share, but he wrote the music, so I don't want to get a copyright claim situation.
So do you buy the shoes on his website or the shoe company's website?
It's on American Duchess, but he has a link on his website, like right on the front.
Oh, okay.
And if you've never looked at American Duchess shoes, they are pricey, but they're handmade and they will last you a lifetime. So that's my media must. This evening. But he is a dapper gent. Like, if you just want to like scroll through and look at some fantastic fashion.
Yeah.
He also hangs out with other people who dress in period clothes, so it's just eye candy fun.
Yeah, the brocade fabric on his suit is luscious.
Yeah, and of course he matched his boutonniere to his socks.
That's awesome.
And he has a whole hat collection. If I can find a good picture, like I would use that as a collection, celebrating collections, because like they've done articles on his hats and stuff like that. So that's my meaty must.
Got it. Nasty shoes. Yes. So
feathers.
And that is one of the great things that I thought about this table. But the reason I don't know where I have been, but I have never seen a hurricane for a taper candle.
What? Really?
No. Where have I been? I don't know.
Well, obviously you don't live somewhere that's super windy.
I've always seen even tapers in the little hour kind of glass hurricane. I've never seen a skinny cylindrical glass hurricane for taper candles. And I'm like, well, here's a lovely example of them, in this really beautiful, very light coral or warm pink tablescape.
And I love the pink and gold and the graphic black.
Yeah. It seems very
Hollywood.
Palm Beach.
Hollywood, Florida glam.
Yeah.
No, it's good. I like it.
Yeah.
Mine is next.
You
recognize it?
I do.
So this is on my table right now. It's mostly cleaned up now because I had a friend over for tea, and I've talked about doing a blue and white table for so long. And I finally did it. So I incorporated a number of not specific blue and white things to accentuate, because in the middle of my little centerpiece is a blue and white tea tin, which you might recognize from opening with me. And then the cut to clear. I was gonna put my tall goblets too, but I don't have two blue ones. I only have one. Okay. And we weren't gonna have that many beverages, so water glass and teacup was fine. And these are some of my antique grill plates that I used here versus my hey Michelle. And the pink stuff on the bread. So I made 2 kinds of sandwiches. I made an egg salad, and then I made a smoked salmon, cucumber, herbed cream cheese tea sandwich.
Delicious.
And then some scones. And I used my gigantic grill plate. It was perfect for the scones, and I put little holders of fancy butter and
that's
preserves in the smaller ones.
That's great. What a wonderful way to use a grill plate.
And I looked for blue flowers are hard to find. Okay. I was like, there was one bouquet that had a bluish hydrangea in it. It was $25. I was like, I'm not spending $25 for the sake of one flower. I'm not doing it. So here's a close up of the little vignette in the center. And then I have had this octagonal box that's blue and white. And I put my macarons in it because
it's adorable.
why not?
Yeah. I love it. I love that idea. Putting your macarons or any little cookie in a little lidded box with a little wax paper or a doily underneath. It's almost like making it a chocolate box, but for cookies.
It's a little present.
Yeah.
And you can close it and keep your cats from licking them.
Yes.
Also important.
For when you get up, walk away, and Malcolm comes and jumps on the table.
Yes. I was able to keep them off the table from last night until the tea time today. So, at least as far as I'm aware. But that's my tablescape for today. I don't, Kathy, it's possible I need a Cutworth tablecloth. I don't know.
Yeah. I love it. I love seeing you dress up your table. I have not done that. That should be a challenge for myself.
You can do it.
Days. Okay, so I picked 2 celebrating collections. I just saw this photo because as we're approaching the 4th of July, I thought, well, that's a fun little collection that I never would have thought of.
Are they all thermometers?
I thought they were just those little tourist statues. Oh no, I see the thermometers are right there.
Hey, Christy.
Maybe it's a mix of statue, like just miniatures and thermometers.
I think, I bet some of them are those pencil sharpeners too.
Yeah, maybe that.
Yeah.
But it's an idea I have never thought of. I've never thought of this, maybe to make a little vignette for 4th of July. So I thought I would share it beforehand in case you guys like it and you end up seeing some at garage sales and estate sales and the thrift shop and you're like,
if you start looking now, 2 4th of Julys from now, you might have this many.
Yeah. Hey, Christy.
Thanks, Christy. I just shared some pictures of it here too. So a friend sent me this person, Melody the Glassy Lady.
Oh my God, look at all the lavender ones.
Oh my gosh. I have never seen so many swung vases in one place in my life. And this is all on one wall. Like I've tried to like merge it, but this is all one wall. Plus she has more. Okay? There are more than this. She is a swung vase hunter. So this is her Instagram. She mainly has reels, so it's hard for me to get good pictures of the various things. So right, Christy, it's a very minimalist house. So like the sheer amount of vases mixed with it, it's so much fun. And then she also has a milk glass collection.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And that's in front. She has a crewel work wall.
That's a beautiful combination.
Yeah. So I recommend you follow her. So it's kind of a media must too. So if you don't follow Melody the Glassy Lady, you should, because just the sheer Jolly Rancher eye candy situation with these swung vases, so worth it.
Wow. I'm just shocked about those. I didn't even know they really made lavender swung vases, and look at all those.
Well, yeah, and there's like amethyst, and then it goes to that like more solid color, lavender, and it's so pretty. It's so pretty. And then she has this really cool like mid-century fireplace that she has a bunch more like bittersweet in.
Oh,
it's just covered in bittersweet. Like that's the fire. Like,
wow.
It's crazy. It's crazy. So check her out.
Amazing. Wow. I went to the bookstore a couple weeks ago and I took some pictures and some magazines. Again, I don't remember which magazine this was. But it was the same place where I was finding those cute the potting tables.
Mm-hmm.
But this was just showcasing little collections of the little wine jugs with the rattan straw covers and how cute they look in a little bunch. So this is a collection that I could definitely get behind.
I've never seen one in real life.
They're not at thrift stores or anything yet. So you either have to find them at antique malls or places where they're importing them from Europe, I think. Mm-hmm. But they are awfully cute. So yeah, they're definitely something I would like. I saw some really big
and they're working like other woven things together. Like the other one has a nice big basket.
Yes.
And then those older woven.
Yeah.
They almost look Longaberger-ish, but
they do look Longaberger-ish.
Yeah. But definitely an older ones.
Mm-hmm.
So and I love that cabinet.
I know.
Like the height of it is just fun.
Yeah. I wonder if that was a blanket chest. Some of those blanket chests used to go pretty high where they'd open from the top.
Oh, but it looks like it opens in the front.
It does look like that.
Wonder if maybe it's some kind of escritoire or something.
Oh, maybe. Great display space underneath, though.
Yeah. On top, and because it's not so high that you can't like see it and easily change it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, so I'm considering this inspiring interiors. You could call it a mediumist, but basically this is a video on Homeworthy. It came out 2 weeks ago.
Michelle's got it. Bar possibility.
Yes. Yeah, totally. Like the perfect height. So this
regular bar or coffee bar.
Yeah. Either one. Donut bar.
Any bar.
Ice cream bar.
Potato bar. Salad bar. You can make anything a bar these days, people.
So this is the home of Susie Batiste, and this lady is the person who made and created Poo-Pourri.
What?
You know the spray for your bathroom called Poo-Pourri? Yeah. This is the lady who made it, and she bought a church and turned it into her home. So did you get to put the link in the description?
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to watch this video tour, it's in the link in the description, and you can just get a load of what she did with this church. Some fun stuff. I will say some of the extra rooms were a little extra, but for the most part, I thought it was very inspiring. I enjoyed watching. It's one of those dreamy things of, wow, what would I do if I had a church to create into a home? So it was a fun watch. So I recommend.
I'll have to check it out. I mean, I love converting different spaces into homes, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. I have one extra page where you can see that she made a big, tall swing that can hold 2,000 pounds. And you get to just another angle of that large interior space.
Window. Oh.
Yeah. And that altar area, that's her kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But it's about 40 minutes, and you can speed through some of the stuff if you don't want to hear how she, her inspiration of how she created Poo-Pourri.
It's interesting.
But it helped her get this awesome dream space. So
I mean, I have seen it in many bathrooms. So
I know it
must work. I've never actually used it. I mean, I've thought about getting it. I was like, I only have one bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I just got a locking door, so baby steps. We're not to poopery level yet.
Hey, Chris. I'm
Hey,
glad you made
Chris.
it. I'm glad you made it.
Well, we're going to do a leisurely history highlight tonight. It's more of a history overview.
Okay.
Okay. Because there are other things I want to do about this company. So I just wanted to do like core history of Blinko Glass.
Oh.
So, if you don't know, Blinko Glass is basically the last large glass manufacturer still in working existence here in West Virginia. And if you, as you know from one of the first glass highlights I did, at one point we had over 500 glass manufacturers in West Virginia, and now we're down to this one, and then some small studio works too. But this is the last large scale glass company still working. And it's all thanks to this gentleman, William John Blinko. He was born in London in 1854. Just a regular working class family. He became interested in glass, apprenticed himself, went to school, and then he started a business making rondelle windows. You know, those round,
Oh, yes.
colored and clear,
Mhm.
like stained glass, but not in the image kind of
Right.
when we think of stained glass.
Mhm.
And he started experimenting and trying to make the process better. And he made his way to the US when he heard about natural gas and its efficiency in heating furnaces and a way to make glass faster and cheaper. He came to Indiana, and that's where he started his operations. But it wouldn't sell here. I mean, he was trained in Europe. He was making European style glass. But in America, we can be picky, and we would only use European glass. So he went back to England, made the same glass, and shipped it here. So
I'm
he
guilty.
did that for a while until he came back in 1899 and, you know, started that business. And then he stopped doing that when he made the move to Milton, West Virginia. And at this point, it was just window making. He was not making any other kind of glassware until 1921. So they just passed 100 years in West Virginia. He chose Milton because the railroad was promoting this area because it went through there, and so it would be easy to transport the glass.
Mhm.
And because West Virginia had abundant sources of coal, sand, and natural gas, it was a great place to set up a glassworks, as so many other people had discovered at this point in time. So spring of 1921, they came to Milton. He started, and then they made a new building in 1923, and that shop is still functional. So they just, like, that specific spot just passed 100 years. After, he married, and his son, William Blinko, married Marion. Her dad also made stained glass. And so they moved to Milton to help run the factory. And during the Depression, we all know that they had to do more than stained glass, because when your economy collapses, you ain't got the money for fancy windows. Mm-hmm. So in 1929, he invited some Swedish craftsmen, and they trained the Blinko crews to make beautiful hand-blown glass. And that's why there you see some Swedish influence in so many.
Yes, that makes sense. Okay.
And before this time, they were known as Eureka Glass Company. The stained glass situation, but they changed it to their family name, the Blenko Glass Company. And so the tableware started. Yep, they pivoted. Pivot. So, um, and they started making the shapes and colors that, and now knowing that it started as a stained glass company, you can see why the vivid colors of Blenko are what they are, because when you want stained glass, you need that visual pow to make a stained glass pop. And I'm going to sidetrack to the stained glass for a minute, because Blenko stained glass can be found in the National Cathedral in DC, the Cathedral of Reims in France, the U.S. Air Force Chapel in the Academy in Colorado Springs, and many other places around the world, which I had no idea. Yeah. And these are images. These are some of their stained glass that's on display at the Blenko factory, which you can go and tour, pretty much any day of the week, as long as the shop is running. So now I really want to go to the National Cathedral for two reasons. I want to see a Blenko stained glass, and I want to find the Darth Vader gargoyle. If you don't know about the Darth Vader gargoyle, you should Google it. But
oh my gosh.
So let's go back. So after the founder, William John Blenko, passed in 1933, his son, William H. Blenko Sr., took over the company as president. And he helped it grow from the tableware up for 30 years. He passed in 1969. His wife, however, continued running, a large portion of the company until 1989. After William John Blenko passed, his son took over. And he, from 1946, I think he ran the company until 2016. So the largest portion of Blenko's history and evolution happened under William H. Blenko. He served in World War II. He met his wife while he was in the service. And then he helped, Blenko establish itself once he returned back to the U.S. And he's the one who helped bring in different designers that we know, like Wayne Husted, various other, and I'm not going to go into them in too much detail, but the ones that are most iconic happen under William H. Blenko's tenure as president. What's your face?
I'm looking up Darth Vader gargoyle.
Oh gosh. So, for a short period after William H. Blenko passed, his cousin, I believe Walter, became the fourth president until 2019. And the current president and the fifth president of Blenko Glass is John W. Blenko. And he's been running the company since 2019, which is important because he has helped make decisions that have kept Blenko going. Bringing in new ideas, new, more, say, modern sensibilities about different things. One of which, let's see. Well, this started in 1980. And the reason why I wanted to do Blenko today is because tomorrow is West Virginia Day. It's West Virginia's birthday, June 20th. 1863 is when we became a state, 160 years ago, in the height of the Civil War. But in 1980, they issued a collection, a bowl that was West Virginia's 117th birthday bowl. They only made 117 of those bowls. And every year since then, they have made a West Virginia Day special piece that is sold, and they only make however old the state is, that's how many they make. So this piece here, this is called Specimen. And it's an homage to coal and natural gas, like you see the blue flame at the top
Yes.
of the bell.
Yes.
They only made 160 because our 160th birthday is tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
They went for sale yesterday. They were sold out within, I think, like 2 hours. Or probably less than that. There's a certain number that you can go on their website and bid on. They do auctions for different charities.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the first 59 are for that. I do not possess any of these, Michelle, because I can never, like, my internet's too slow and I can't get it. But I want to just scroll through the West Virginia Day pieces with you.
Okay.
Hi,
Jennifer.
I think it's just really fun to see them, like, from the beginning.
So some of them are bowls and some of them are like a bell.
Well, some of them are, no, it's all over the place. And they all had like very specific meanings, and they were all designed by different people. Which I'll read you what specimen is all about when we get there.
So okay.
Let me share my screen. Okay. So here's the 1980 bowl. It's this clear one. Mm-hmm. And then the 1981 was a vase, but in the base of the vase was like mountainous terrain of West Virginia.
Oh, wow.
So in 82, you'll see a lot of blue and gold, because blue and gold is the colors of WVU and by extension West Virginia colors. So here's the 82 one. We scroll up, and then we've got the one in 83, I think, was inspired by rivers and streams.
Mm-hmm.
I like the 85 one, not just because, that's my birth year. So if I ever find one of these, that would be great.
Okay, guys, keep your eye out for it in 1985.
So, and these are, they're all very different.
They really are different.
And they all had specific stories and, thoughts behind them. When we get to the top, there's two I really want to bring your attention to. See, here's the blue and gold. That's very, and actually there's a lot of these on display in WVU's President's House. So I get to go and look at them sometimes. I'll be like, oh, I like that. I like that one.
Oh.
I really love both of these with the lids, the decanters. So pretty.
Ooh, 2014. I like.
Yeah, I like the 2011. It's like the guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I really like 2012 too. I like the fluidity of it. And I like 2018 a lot. 2016 is a fish. Oh no. Gotta like a fish. I'm not sure how it's marked. I think you just have to I don't know if it says, it's got a Blinko sticker on it. I imagine it has the year on the bottom and possibly West Virginia on the bottom. But these were only created for the West Virginia Day. So if you find one like this, it's just definitely going to be a West Virginia Day piece.
And most of them probably are still in West Virginia.
Well, no, we have a lot of expats in various places. So
yeah,
you never know. So there's 2019, 2020. So I want to talk about 2021. Do you know what that is?
2021. It looks like a vase with a decanter stopper on it.
It's a ramp. Do you know what a ramp is?
Like, is it a perfume bottle?
Well, it's a decanter, but it's of a ramp, which is a wild onion,
Oh,
wild garlic.
got it.
And this is designed by my friend Liz Pavlovic, who I will talk about here in a minute. But look at 2022. So
Yes.
it's a little cabin. Can you see the wait, let's see.
A little door. I think I see a door.
It's a little door, and then the stopper is smoke coming from the chimney.
Oh, that's cute.
Guess who designed that one?
Your friend?
Mm-mm. Somebody we talked about 2 weeks ago on my channel.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. The glass lady we just did. So she did last year's.
Oh, wow.
And then this year's piece, because they wanted to talk about, like, they wanted to look like a specimen piece. So it's got, and you can see it's etched to say, see, this one is definitely marked. So it's a specimen, the number, West Virginia Day, Blanco, and then it's got the artists involved and where it was made. So it's supposed to look like a geological specimen, but it's all glass. Wow. Except for the wooden base, which is made of local wood.
I'm very impressed that they got glass to look like a piece of coal.
Yeah.
Very impressive.
That's fun.
Wow. Well, happy 100th birthday to Blanco. And happy birthday to West Virginia.
Yeah, 160 years. Yay. But let me stop sharing this. Okay. So that's just a very quick overview of Blanco. Family owned and family operated since its beginning in, I guess, in West Virginia since 1921, in its current place since 1923, and still going strong. But the thing that the current president did, so if you remember, Fenton closed down early 2000s, I think, right?
I think, yeah.
And all other glassworks, like between the 80s and the early 2000s, pretty much everything was shuttering. And Blanco was doing okay, but the writing was on the wall. Like they were going to go the way of all other glass makers. And then in 2019, 2020, the artistic team reached out to some local designers and artists to collaborate on new pieces, new short run pieces that would only be available for very brief periods of time. It's like similar to the West Virginia pieces, but more niche. And the one piece that put Blanco back on everyone's radar came out. It was only available from October 19th to November 1st, 2020. And it was a decanter designed by my friend Liz. And it is in the shape of a West Virginia cryptid. Do you know what a cryptid is? Let me make myself big here. Hold on. So
it has eyes.
In West Virginia, we have a number of creepy monsters known as cryptids. The Mothman, which everybody knows the Mothman. Most people do. And then in Braxton County, there is the Flatwoods Monster, also known as Braxy. So my friend Liz does these amazing. She's a designer and illustrator, and she has these adorable cryptids that she puts on all kinds of things. One and Braxy and Mothman are the two most popular. But so this is his head. It's got yellow eyes.
And it's Braxy?
Braxy, or the Flatwoods Monster. So here's my Blinko sticker.
Wow.
And then look at the optic in the
it's stunning. So how many pieces of the Flatwoods Monster were made?
I want to say it was less than 300.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, Liz Pavlovic, her business is called Keep On Creeping On. I can put her Instagram in the chat. But she is so much fun to follow. And she is an absolutely lovely person. But so this was happening during the pandemic because they were like, the main source of their income, which was people coming and doing the tours, was no longer feasible because of COVID. So this was being put out, and I had, if you follow Blinko's newsletter, you can sign up for their newsletter. They'll tell you when stuff like this comes out. And it was coming out October 19th. I had a reminder in my phone. Do you know where I was October 19th, 2020?
The hospital?
I was in the COVID ward waiting to be moved to ICU, and my notification goes off that it was going live. I was stuck in a hospital bed. I have my phone. So I was like, well, I might not make it home, but Braxy will. So Braxy is now my guardian cryptid.
Aww.
Because I was able to snag one.
Aww.
And I completely forgot that I did this.
Oh,
and
so you
I was home recovering, and I was like, "Oh, there's a box." Like, oh, it's my, and it's just way bigger than I thought it was going to be. But that's my Braxy, and
yeah, it's amazing.
My favorite thing. But she's also designed some of their sun catchers, which now I know that the sun catchers are in the shape of rondelles as an homage to that original Blinko product.
Yes.
So yeah, it's great. Like she designed like a Bigfoot foot one that you can find, and but it's great. And I'm hoping, well, I don't want, if it's possible to get Liz to come out and talk to us about the whole process and everything. She's also learning to blow glass. I'd love to have her come hang out with us some Monday. So,
no, or maybe you could go. Lady. What if you went to her studio and streamed from there?
Well, her studio is just her house.
Okay.
She's busy. Yeah. But I will work on that because Liz is a fantastic person, and I think y'all should meet her. So let me put her Instagram in the chat so that if y'all want to follow her, you can. And if you like watch her stories whenever she's down there like blowing glass, it's usually very early in the morning, so you can see her highlights.
Wow, that's cool. So did she blow each and every one of those, or she just drew it?
She designed it.
Yeah.
She wasn't blowing glass at that point in time. But the artisans, like, they worked there was a version before this that was like a different color and slightly different shape. But she has that one because, you know, it was a tester, but this is the one that was sold for a limited period of time. So that's just a quick a blink on Blinko.
Do you have a book on Blanco where they have a photo of your cryptid?
No. So there aren't too many Blinko books because Blinko has archives on their website that you can go and look at for free. So I don't. I did see one of these in an antique mall.
Uh-huh.
Somebody was selling it for $800. So it's not what it cost. So I can imagine it's, and because of the subject matter and everything, like it appealed to non-traditional glass collectors, you know, and got them in to, you know, thinking about this kind of thing. So
yeah.
And, you know, and now Blinko is doing fantastically and hopefully will continue for another 100 years.
Mm-hmm.
Especially now. Yeah.
Yeah. You need to, I guess, have that innovation of trying to pull in collectors that wouldn't necessarily collect pretty glass, but they would collect, you know, the cryptids that are more of kind of like a cult thing. You know, like tap into that younger generation that might something like what you have versus a floral vase or something.
Yeah, or like the Blinko water bottle is probably one of the most recognizable Blinko pieces, and they still make it in a huge variety of colors.
Right.
And it's something that appeals, you know, across the spectrum because it's useful. It can be decorative. It can be, and they did glowing water bottles.
Oh, did they?
Like for Halloween, like
a
year or so ago, and it was UV charging, not uranium glass.
I see.
It was like ectoplasm. I really wanted one, but I'd bought this, so I was like, oh, I can't. So.
Oh, well, that's really cool.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite thing?
I didn't bring a favorite thing. I like your favorite thing.
And I feel like I need to get some real expensive West Virginia liquor to keep in here.
Oh gosh, I'd be afraid to put anything in it. I would just consider that art. Like I wouldn't
he's just pretty right now. Yeah. I was gonna put him up with my swung vases where I have my Lego flowers. But he got a thick bottom, so he won't fit. Fat bottom cryptid. Yeah.
Oh.
But so do you have anything coming up this week? Any exciting things happening?
I think I am going to be on Leanne's Crafty Kitty Vintage this coming Sunday.
Oh, for the chatty kitties?
Yes, the kitties are going out of town. So Leanne is a lone cat, and she has invited me to hang out with her for Sunday. And I am thinking that it starts 6:00 my time, which would be 8:00 Eastern on Sunday. I'm pretty sure. But I'll send out in my community.
It's normally 9 Eastern.
Is it 9? I don't know, but it's Sunday evening. I'll send out a link so you guys can link to it if you want to hang out with us. And I think we're going to do a sale. At first, she wasn't sure if she wanted to just chat or do a sale, but I think we're going to do a sale. So if you feel like shopping on Sunday, come hang out with us over on Crafty Kitty Vintage.
What am I doing? I don't have anything until the 2nd. I'm going to be on with Helen on the 2nd of July.
Ooh, fun.
For a Sunday sale. And in between then, I'm just going to try and organize all the stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm doing a yard sale between now and then, so.
Oh, boy.
But it's not here at my house. I have to load it all up.
You have to lug all the stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, sucks.
It's to benefit American Cancer Society and
Oh,
wonderful people, so, like, that's fine.
okay.
But
Chris.
we got 'em. Well, I want to thank everyone for coming.
Yeah.
Don't forget to keep an eye for us next Monday on Heather Elizabeth's channel. I will be looking forward to learning whatever she's going to teach us.
I haven't picked yet, so
That's okay.
it's up in there.
We like to be surprised. And happy Juneteenth. I forgot it's Juneteenth.
Yes.
Juneteenth.
Juneteenth.
And stay cool. It's getting hot in lots of places. Stay hydrated.
Yes. And if you feel like
take care of yourselves.
And if you feel like shopping, go hang out with me. I'm gonna go over to Jason's.
Oh yes.
Mother Tucker's Antiques. It's gonna be Jason and Amy and Uniquely Rochelle's. She's an Instagrammer. So it'll be the three of them tonight. So if you want to hang out with me in the chats, watch a sale, buy stuff, let's go.
All right. We love y'all. Have a great week.
Yeah, we love you guys.
Next time.
Yes.
Bye.
I liked learning about Blanco. That was good.
It's great. I don't know.